Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
We've done all the body work to the vehicle. If you look right here, you can see there was body work on this area here, just like I pointed out. We also had this front corner over here that was pushed down, and then there was a wrinkle in it, and then up here was pushed down because the hood overlapped the fender when the vehicle got in a wreck. As you see, Minnie already has it taped off, ready to paint. I went ahead and block sanded it all out, and I see a couple spots right here that I got to get that I missed. It's very important to make sure that you get all the shiny area. You have to sand that down where there's no shiny spots, so I'll go ahead and clean that up. And what we're going to do is we got to paint this fender right here, so we're going to blend up into the window post right here, the pillar. Then we'll blend down into the door. We'll come across over here, and then on top of this fender right here, we're going to blend the paint. We're going to bring the paint across so it blends down into the fender, and we shouldn't have to paint the door over there. The situation we have, though, if we look right here, you can see that this vehicle has pinstriping on it. Now what I got to do is I got to tape that pinstriping off because I don't want to get paint on it and have to re-pinstripe it, and then once I clear coat it, I'll pull the tape off of the pinstripe, and then we'll clear coat over the pinstripe itself. And then we'll come back and re-pinstripe this area here. And I'll also do the same thing over here. I'll go ahead, if you look right here, you can see where the pinstripe ends. So I'll go ahead and put some tape on that too. And let me go ahead and show you the type of tape when you come across this situation where you don't want to have to pinstripe the whole car over, because what we're going to do, we're just going to blend the paint and smoke it into the door, but then we're going to clear coat the whole door. Okay, if you look right here, you can see I got some nice fine line tape, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fine line tape and I'm going to precisely cover the pinstriping with our tape. And once again, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want the overspray from the paint to get on my pinstriping. I'm trying to save myself money. And I see there's a little bit of pinstripe showing right here. Just like that. Then we'll come over here and we'll pinstripe this one the same way. Right here on the top where it really counts, because this is right where we're going to be blending it. I don't want to get any paint on there. Definitely, for sure. And then we're also going to do this stripe as well, making sure that it covers good. And that we don't overlap our tape. We want to make sure it's nice and straight. And now we're ready to go ahead and paint our car. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and wipe it all down with wax and grease remover. I'll go ahead and put a coat of epoxy primer where necessary. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint it with the base coat clear coat. But this isn't any type of base coat clear coat. This is a tri-stage. Let's go look at that. Let's see what we got. If we look at our paint right here, you can see that there's 2 quarts here. And I'm going to go ahead and take the lids off of those. And you're going to really be surprised here. What you're looking at the base coat right here. Okay, this is our base coat. And then this one here, all right, would be our candy color that goes on top. I'm going to dip my stick in this one here. I want to show it to you. Now, this is the base coat. If you look right here, if you see that, you can see it's kind of a rustic looking red, all right? But then once you put your clear coat, which is your inner coat clear, your candy color clear, which I'm going to show you that. And you should be able to see the stick through the paint. You can see, all right, once you put that on top of it, on top of your base coat, it becomes laser red, candy apple red. So the way that you would apply this type of paint, and I will have to make a video set on, you know, going through the procedures of applying the tri-stage colors, is you would go ahead and basically put 2 to 3 full wet coats of your base on, which is your first layer, you might call it, and then you would come back and repeat your process, putting 2 to 3 full wet coats of your candy on top of it. And while you're doing that, you're also blending it in to the door. And when you blend this type of paint into a door, when you blend this in, it's very important that you take your candy apple, which is your inner coat, your second coat. Now we're calling this the second one because the clear coat's actually the third coat. So you would take your second stage and you have to override the first stage, if that makes sense. So when you're blending this type of paint, when you're using this type of paint, it's very, very important to pay attention. I will make a video set on how to do this, but it's very important right now that we get the car painted and get it done, because this video set that we're making now doesn't really involve any painting at all. It's basically about collision repair. Let me get it painted. We'll take a look at it when it's all done, and I think you're going to really, really be surprised. Alright, if you look right here, you can see the Mustang is done. Our hard hit, super bang, bing, bong, boom, hitting the fucking sidewall action. It's a done fucking deal. Now, of course, the car still needs detailed out and still needs cleaned up. But on the other hand, we need to still get front end alignment. We need to get Freon put in it. Once we get it back, we'll detail it out and it'll be a done situation. But if you look real close, you can see, pop the hood. You can see that we ain't got a wreck anymore. We got our gold emblem put on. Got the tape holding it. We got our tan tape back in place where it goes. And it really, really came out nice. Candy apple red. Can we get the hood open, Dylan, please? But are you still texting?
Hey, dude,
okay, I know you're 17, but you know. Yeah, make some money doing what with a text machine? That's right. You want to make money? Let's fucking work.
And with your phone number on it.
Okay.
Then there you go. See,
well, do that on your off time, bud.
Hey, what's this, dude?
Let's go. All right, as we walk around, you can see that all the front core support has been replaced. This was the major hit collision section right in here. We went ahead and used all his used parts back. You can see where this is cracked if he wants to buy a new one. We also had a problem over here when it got in a wreck. This cracked on us, but if he wants to replace that, he can do that later down the line. Everything else came out really, really nice. We went ahead and painted everything. Everything fit together. We used aftermarket headlights, aftermarket core support. Those fit in. For being aftermarket, they look fine. All right. One thing we didn't do yet, and that is to put the final touch, the final finesse on our hard hit, crash, boom, bang Mustang. We got to go ahead and put the crest in the center of the grill. To make it look nice and beautiful, my friend Pete has got a nice, beautiful gold pony that's going to look beautiful on there. So let's go ahead and install that. We'll shut the hood, we'll get a nice good walk around, and I think the owner is going to love his car. Of course, like I said, we still got to get the Freon charged up, and we got to get front end alignment.
There you go.
Let's go ahead and set the emblem in. We're going to go ahead and pop it on here, and hopefully this will be the last thing that my friend Pete has to do to this car. Because let me explain it to you square, all right? If this car ever gets in a wreck again, it will never be able to be fixed. It's over, it's done. And there we go, just like that. Let me shut that hood, we'll get a good look at that. And I think we're on our way to success. Bam.
Yeah, that looks good.
So if my friend Pete can do it, and if my friend Pete can show guys like this how to do it, then you know what? You, the viewer, can do it. You can see that the body lines have now all lined up. It looks very, very nice. And you can see that the hood lines up. It looks very, very nice. We also can see that the aftermarket fender fit on very, very nice. The junkyard parts that we so drastically and impatiently used off the '97 Ford Mustang worked very, very well. We've done a lot of work to this vehicle. This vehicle was hit very, very hard, but it came out very, very nice. So I hope that some way, somehow, somewhere, my friend Pete helped you figure it out to do it right and make it right. Because that's what it's all about over here at D.I.Y. Auto School, is doing it right. Do it yourself. Screw the fucking big guy in his ass and tell him to fuck off if you want, because now you know how to do it right. And if you're not that guy that wants to do it at home, at least you now have the knowledge, and the big guy won't fuck you. Take it easy. We'll see you later. My friend Pete, your friend Pete. Last Chance Pete, right here at SWRNC. That stands for Southwest Rod and Custom in Dallas, Texas, showing you the right way, all the way, all the time, every fucking day. See you later. Hey, how y'all doing out there? If you're still watching this video set, we're at the end of actually making the videos of the hard hit collision job now. This is actually 9 months later. I'm making the last video of this set as we're talking. You can see it right there. We're at the end. I just went ahead and made the title work for the ending where Dylan has lost his job because he decided to be Mr. Smart Mouth and Smartass with his fucking texting and all his other bullshit. But everybody's curious, what happened to the car after my friend Pete got done with it? What happened to it? Well, I'm going to tell you what happened to it. What happened is Grandma and Grandpa went ahead and gave grandson back the car. Within 2 weeks, he wrecked it again. It wasn't a bad wreck, but he wrecked it. He also went ahead and left the car on the side of the road out in the middle of nowhere where he wrecked it. Left it sitting there, decided to go back to his mother's house, not even tell his grandma and grandpa about it. The car sat out there for almost 3 weeks out on the side of the road wrecked. And finally, grandma and grandpa got a phone call from the state troopers and said, "We got your car." They went and picked the car up, and they haven't fixed it since. It's been sitting in their garage. They're not going to fix it, and they will not be giving it back to grandson. Grandson has now moved out of the house and moved back in with mommy and is driving his other old car and has basically told grandma and grandpa to shove it up their ass. So this is a basic common fucking video set of an inconsiderate, spoiled fucking brat that took advantage of his grandparents, you might say, used them to the hilt, and then told them to go fuck off and die. So if you are a parent out there that has just watched this video set, or you are a guy that just saw what happened to this car, keep in mind that children do not need cars like this. They need a $500 to maybe $1,500 car to learn how to drive on, to get them where they're going, and then once they show responsibility, move them up to the next vehicle. I feel bad for Bill and his wife about the situation, all the money that they spent, not just to fix it up for them, but to give it to their grandson, and then he abused and used the situation to his advantage and then told them to stick it in their ass. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, hoping that you not just learned how to fix a car right, but also have learned not to spoil your children rotten and give them anything they want, because it does not pay off in the fucking end. Oh, by the way, Dylan is back working with us now. And no, he has not pulled his phone out since the day he started back a month ago. And hopefully he's learned his lesson as well about being a spoiled punk-ass kid, that it doesn't pay off, because you will be the loser if you act that way, being the type of person that Dylan was when he was working here before. We'll see you later. Take it easy. I gotta go. And we got a lot of other work to do. We got a lot of other stuff to do. And keep your eyes out on DIY Auto School for all the other videos that we are uploading as fast as we can film them, and teaching you the rights and wrongs in life, not just of cars, but of life itself. We'll see you later.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.